the system, I found that the system has only one solution, and the solution is negative 3, 3. I will not move on before I check. Negative 3. Negative 6 plus 6, correct. Negative 6 minus 6 is negative 12, but 4 times 3 is 12. Negative 12 plus 12 is 0. So now I know that this is the correct solution and the only solution of the system. Perfect. Moving on to step 3. And that is my page 9. In step 3, find D. And you can say, what do you mean? What is D? Okay. D has a formula, and the formula is fxx evaluated at negative 3, 3 times fyy evaluated at negative 3, 3 minus, you know there are not two minuses, but I have to continue somewhere, fxy evaluated at negative 3, 3, and this has to be squared. So D is a number. How do I find it? I plug negative 3, 3, the point that I just determined, into fxx, into multiply by when I plug in, when I didn't determine them yet, I will determine them right now, and plug them in, and find fxy and plug in negative 3, 3. And here are the options. If D is a positive number, and fxx at negative 3, 3 is a negative number, negative 3, 3 will be a relative max. If D is a positive number and fxx at negative 3, 3 is a positive number, then negative 3, 3 is a relative minimum. This is exactly how we studied the sign of the first derivative, the same principle. If D is less than 0, no max or min. And if D equals 0, no test. This is a test. No test. It doesn't work. This happens to be like a saddle on a horse. So these are no options. So if D is positive, we'll determine it in a minute. Then I look at fxx. If it's negative, then I say a relative max. And if it's positive, then I say a relative min. If this happens, no max min. Okay then. So let's find for this function, fxx. Can anyone differentiate this with respect to x? That's it. Awesome. Can anyone differentiate this with respect to y?
Would be 4.
That's it. Good. And now we want fxy with respect to y. That's it. Awesome. I'm ready to calculate our D. I cannot even plug in because it's just a constant. Lovely. So this is 2. I cannot even plug in because it doesn't have x and y. So this is just a constant. Beautiful. I cannot even plug in. This is too easy. It's just 2. So this will be 2 squared, which is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 minus 4 squared, which is 16. No max min. No max min. Assuming the number were positive. Oh, So this was already squared. Sorry. I already squared it. It's 2 squared. Okay. So this is 4. Sorry about that. Sorry. I'm going to erase this. I wrote 4 already, and it's already squared. Okay. So now the analysis. So it's positive. And we're only referring to fxx. fxx is positive. D is positive. fxx positive. D is positive. What do I conclude about negative 3, 3?
Would it be a relative max?
Yes, it's a relative max. Oh, it's positive. Relative min. Right? So fxx is 2, so it's positive. D is positive because it's 4. So this is a relative minimum. What is the relative minimum? Very simple. I plug in negative 3 and 3. So f of negative 3 and 3. Negative 3 squared, 9. 2 times negative 3 times, times 3, right? So this product is negative 9 times 2, negative 18. And then plus 2 times 9, 18, because it's 3 squared, 9 times 2 is 18, minus 6 times 3, again 18, and then plus 2. These two go away. 9 plus 2 is 11. 11 minus 18 is negative 7. This is the relative minimum. It is obtained when x is negative 3 and y is 3. And the relative minimum is 7, negative 7. So let me write it up here, negative 7. Okay? So when we determine the ordered pair and we do the analysis, which is the d-test, we just determine this number. It happens that this number is 2 times 4 is 8. 8 minus 2 squared, which is 4. 8 minus 4 is 4. Because d is positive and also fxx is positive, this is a relative minimum. What is the relative minimum? Because the problem is asking us to find it. All I have to do is just go back to the function and plug it in. So I plugged it in here in the function. So negative 3 squared one more time is 9. Then x times y is negative 9 times 2 is negative 18. This is 9 times 2 is positive 18 again. Negative 6 times y, which is 3, is negative 18 and plus 2. These two go away. This is 11. Negative 18 minus 11 is negative 7. So the relative minimum is negative 7, obtained when x is negative 3 and y is 3. Yes, we need to practice a little bit more and start reviewing for test 3, but this is the end of the course. Any questions?